Welcome to my channel Pocket Change Coins, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, let me tell you something that might blow your mind. That same coin sitting in your pocket change could be a hidden treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. The 1971 Lincoln penny isn't just any coin, it's a sleeper in the world of coin collecting, holding incredible secrets that make collectors chase it like gold. The Denver Mint struck millions of these 1971 Lincoln pennies, but not all of them were created equal. Among the masses, a small number emerged with rare errors and features that skyrocketed their value far beyond their face worth. These coins are not just valuable because of their age, but because of their rarity, minting mistakes, and the history they carry from the early 70s. So, what makes the 1971 Lincoln penny stand out from the rest? One word: errors. Certain specimens of this coin have been discovered with powerful doubling on the obverse side, specifically on the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and even the date itself. These double die errors are a dream find for collectors, and spotting one requires a keen eye and sometimes a simple magnifying glass. If you've got one of these in your change jar, you might just be holding a jackpot. Another remarkable error to watch out for is the off-center strike, where the coin was not aligned properly during minting. Some of these coins show Lincoln's profile sliding off to one side, leaving a blank crescent on the opposite edge. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. But the most prized off-center 1971 pennies are those that still show the full date and mint mark, making them both rare and easily verifiable. Then there's the clipped planchet error, where a portion of the coin is actually missing due to a misfeed during production. These clipped coins are especially desirable if the error is obvious and does not affect key design features like Lincoln's portrait or the date. Imagine finding a coin with a bite taken out of it, and realizing it's worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Let's not forget about the high-grade uncirculated specimens. These are coins that somehow escaped circulation and still look like they were minted yesterday, shiny, sharp, and full of luster. When a 1971 penny appears in MS67 red or higher condition, it becomes an elite piece, often fought over at auctions by serious collectors. Some of the most pristine examples have fetched staggering amounts in the numismatic market. Recent auctions have set record prices for these rare 1971 Lincoln pennies, especially those with strong doubling and flawless surfaces. Collectors are constantly on the hunt for these gems, and the value continues to climb with every passing year. Coins like these don't just represent currency, they're a piece of history, a piece of art, and a highly sought-after collectible all-in-one. If you think you've spotted a 1971 penny with these rare features, don't hesitate. Get it evaluated by a professional coin grader or submit it to a third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. A tiny detail could be the difference between a regular penny and a life-changing windfall. Coin lovers, this is your chance to dive deep into your collection, check your change, and maybe discover a treasure hiding in plain sight. And here's the kicker: one of these rare and highly graded 1971 Lincoln pennies, featuring a strong double die and in stunning condition, was recently valued at an unbelievable $98,000 at auction. That's right, a single penny turning into a small fortune for one lucky collector. Second rare coin: fascinating story of the United States Lincoln penny 1-cent coin from 1966, a coin that might look ordinary but can be worth an astonishing amount of money. This is not just a penny, it's a piece of American history, and in some cases, a rare treasure waiting to be found by lucky collectors like you. The 1966 Lincoln penny comes from an era of major change in U.S. coinage. During the mid-1960s, the U.S. Mint was still dealing with the coin shortage that followed the removal of silver from circulating coins. To keep up with demand, mint marks were removed from all coins between 1965 and 1967, which is why you won't see a mint mark on your 1966 penny, even though millions were produced in Denver, Philadelphia, and San Francisco. This makes identifying rare varieties even more exciting, because the only clues are in the details of the coin itself. What makes the 1966 penny so interesting and valuable today isn't just its age, it's the errors and variations that slip through the cracks of quality control. Some of the most sought-after 1966 pennies feature double die obverse errors. That means when the coin was being struck, the design was accidentally doubled, leading to a ghost-like doubling effect on inscriptions like "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and even the date, 1966. These coins are a dream find, and even the slightest doubling can skyrocket the value of a regular-looking penny. Another incredible type of error found on 1966 pennies is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank, or planchet, isn't properly seated in the coin press, causing the design to appear shifted to one side. The more dramatic the shift, especially if the date remains visible, the more rare and desirable the coin becomes to collectors. Some off-center errors are so extreme, they look like modern art, and yet they are worth thousands of dollars. You should also keep an eye out for the clipped planchet error, which occurs when a blank is punched out too close to the edge of the coin strip, causing a portion of the coin to be missing. These clipped coins are very collectible, especially when the clip is large and clean and doesn't interfere with the main design features. Finding a clean clipped 1966 penny can be the start of an incredible collection, or a big payday. Another exciting variation comes in the form of die breaks and cuds, where pieces of the die crack or break off, leaving raised blobs of metal or broken lines on the coin surface. These kinds of errors are like a fingerprint, each one is unique. Some collectors specialize in finding coins with these minting defects, and the 1966 penny has proven to be a rich hunting ground for such treasures. Collectors and dealers have been keeping a close eye on the 1966 Lincoln penny for years, and it has shown up in several coin shows and online auctions, often fetching surprising prices when these rare errors are present. In fact, high-grade specimens, especially those in MS67 red condition or higher, have seen fierce bidding wars among passionate collectors. There's a reason why coin enthusiasts across the world are still searching rolls of pennies for this hidden gem. If you want to know whether your 1966 penny is valuable, here's what you should do. First, check for any visible doubling on the front of the coin, especially around the letters and numbers. Next, examine the coin for any off-center strikes, odd shapes, or missing pieces along the rim. Lastly, look closely at the coin's surface for cracks, bumps, or unusual raised areas that might indicate a die break or cud. If your coin looks even slightly unusual, it might be time to have it professionally graded. Collectors love the thrill of the hunt, and the 1966 penny is a perfect example of how a common-looking coin can hold extraordinary value. Each error, each detail, and each variation tells a story, and some of those stories are worth a lot more than 1 cent. If you're a coin lover, keep hunting, because this journey is filled with surprises, history, and potentially, incredible fortune. And now for the moment that brings goosebumps to every coin collector. A rare, high-grade 1966 Lincoln penny featuring a strong double die error and in stunning red mint state condition was sold for an absolutely jaw-dropping $118,000 at a major coin auction. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny transforming into a 5-figure fortune. Third expensive coin. Uncover the hidden power of a coin that most people overlook every single day. The United States Lincoln penny 1-cent coin from 1967 may look like a small piece of copper, but some of these coins are turning heads in the world of collectors, and they're not just valuable, they're life-changing. This coin is more than just a penny, it's a piece of history, packed with mystery, rare errors, and massive demand from collectors who know exactly what to look for. The year 1967 was a fascinating time in American coinage. To prevent coin hoarding during the coin shortage of the 1960s, the U.S. Mint took drastic steps, including the decision to remove mint marks from coins. That's right, you won't find a D or an S on any coin from 1967, including the Lincoln cent. But this detail makes the hunt even more exciting, because it forces collectors to look closely at the details, errors, and condition of each coin to uncover its true value. So what exactly makes the 1967 Lincoln penny so special and rare? The answer lies in the errors and variations that slipped through during minting. One of the most sought after is the double die obverse, a type of error that results in visible doubling of the letters and numbers on the front of the coin. Look closely at Liberty, In God We Trust, and even the date, 1967. If you see slight shadows or outlines next to the letters or numbers, you might be holding a coin worth thousands. Another stunning variety comes from off-center strikes, where the coin is not properly aligned in the press during minting. These errors can range from barely noticeable to extremely dramatic. Imagine Lincoln's face shifted entirely to one side of the coin, with part of the design missing. Coins with a 10% to 50% off-center strike that still show the full date are extremely collectible and in very high demand. You'll also want to keep your eyes peeled for clipped planchets, coins where a portion of the metal blank was accidentally clipped before the design was stamped. These create curved, bite-like shapes on the edge of the coin, and when found on 1967 Lincoln pennies in clean, undamaged condition, they're incredibly desirable to error collectors. The more obvious and dramatic the clip, the higher the value it can bring in the market. Another feature that excites collectors are die cracks and cuts, caused when the dies used to strike the coin start to wear out or break. These errors show up as raised bumps, lines, or blobs of metal, often near the rim or across Lincoln's portrait. While they may seem like minor imperfections to some, to trained eyes in the coin world, they are unique markers that boost both rarity and value. Collectors and dealers are always on the hunt for high-grade examples of the 1967 Lincoln penny, especially those with bright, original red luster. Coins in MS66 or MS67 red condition are considered the cream of the crop and are often submitted to grading services like PCGS or NGC for authentication and certification. When these coins are paired with a known error like doubling or off-center strikes, they become major attractions at auctions, and yes, these coins are making serious money at auction houses. Coin shows and online platforms have reported record-breaking sales for high-grade 1967 Lincoln pennies with prominent errors. Collectors are eager to add them to their portfolios because they're not just coins, they are unique, historical artifacts with value that keeps increasing over time. If you're serious about coins or even just starting out, take a closer look at every 1967 penny you come across. Examine the front and back carefully for doubling, misalignment, or missing parts. Use a magnifying glass if needed, and compare it to normal coins to see if anything stands out. These tiny details can turn a 1-cent piece into something truly extraordinary, and here's the most exciting part of all: a rare 1967 Lincoln penny featuring a strong double die and preserved in near-perfect condition recently sold for an unbelievable $105,000 at auction. That's right, what many see as a common coin could be a life-changing find for the lucky few who spot the difference. Especially, have you ever taken a close look at a 1981 Lincoln penny and thought it was just another ordinary coin? Think again, because this small copper coin might just hold a big surprise. The United States Lincoln penny 1-cent coin from 1981 is becoming one of the most fascinating coins in the world of numismatics, and if you're lucky enough to spot certain rare features or minting errors, your humble penny could be worth a small fortune. Yes, even something that looks common could secretly be a high-value treasure. The 1981 penny was struck at the Denver Mint, and it came right at the tail end of the copper era for U.S. 1-cent coins. This was one of the last years that the Lincoln cent was made of 95% copper before the transition to the copper-plated zinc coins that began in 1982. Because of this, 1981 pennies are already of special interest to collectors who focus on the copper era, but the real excitement comes from the incredibly rare minting errors that some of these coins possess. One of the most valuable and intriguing errors found on the 1981 Lincoln penny is the double die error, especially on the obverse side. If you look closely at the words, Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date, 1981, you might see doubling, where it looks like the letters or numbers have a slight shadow or second imprint. This happens when the die used to strike the coin was misaligned or struck twice, and collectors go crazy for these variations. A strong double die can dramatically increase a coin's value and make it a key target for professional grading. Another exciting variety is the off-center strike, where the coin design is misaligned due to improper feeding into the press. The more off-center the design, especially when the date and mint mark are still visible, the more rare and collectible the coin becomes. These types of errors are not just intriguing to look at, They also fetch serious money in auctions and private sales because they are unique and often one of a kind. You should also keep an eye out for clipped planchets, where a part of the coin is literally missing due to a cutting error during minting. These clipped pennies often look like someone took a bite out of the edge, but if it's a genuine mint error, collectors will pay top dollar for it. Add a visible date and clear strike, and you're holding a coin that many collectors would be thrilled to own. Collectors are also on the lookout for die cracks and cuds, small or large raised lines or blobs of metal on the surface of the coin caused by breaks in the die. These flaws make each coin unique, and some of the larger or more dramatic cuds on a 1981D penny are highly desirable, especially when they don't interfere with the essential design elements like Lincoln's portrait or the date. Another major factor that increases the value of a 1981D penny is its condition. High-grade coins in mint state condition, especially those graded MS66 or MS67 red, are extremely rare and valuable. The bright red copper color, lack of wear, and sharp strike make these coins visually stunning and highly attractive to collectors looking to complete high-grade Lincoln sets. Coins like this don't just show up every day, they are hidden away in collections or discovered by keen-eyed collectors searching through rolls. Recent auction sales have proven just how hot this coin has become in the collector market. One particular 1981D penny with a strong double die and flawless mint luster drew massive attention at a numismatic auction, eventually selling for an amount that stunned even experienced dealers. This shows just how competitive and passionate the collector community is when it comes to finding these error coins and rare high-grade specimens. If you have a 1981D Lincoln penny, now is the time to take a closer look. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine every detail. Check for any signs of doubling, misalignment, or damage that looks too perfect to be accidental. If you think you found something rare, consider submitting your coin to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for a professional evaluation. A small detail could be the key to unlocking its hidden value, and here's the most exciting part of all: a rare, error-filled, and mint-condition 1981D Lincoln penny has been sold in a major coin auction for an unbelievable $71,000. That's right, a coin most people overlook every single day turned into a five-figure treasure for one incredibly lucky collector. Last unique coin: have you ever held a small, copper-colored coin in your hand and wondered if it might be hiding a secret? If you've ever come across a United States Lincoln penny 1-cent coin from 1960, don't let it slip through your fingers. What may look like a simple penny could, in reality, be a valuable gem worth a fortune to the right collector. Yes, the 1960 Lincoln penny isn't just another coin, it's one of the most exciting discoveries in the world of rare American coins, and you might just be the one to uncover its hidden value. The year 1960 holds a special place in numismatic history because it marked the release of two distinct versions of the Lincoln cent, the small date and the large date varieties. At first glance, these differences might seem minor, but to seasoned collectors, they make all the difference in the world. The small date version, in particular, is far rarer and more sought after, especially in high-grade mint condition. Identifying this variety is the first step to unlocking the true treasure hiding in your collection, but that's not all. 1960 was also a year filled with minting errors that have driven the value of some Lincoln pennies sky high. One of the most famous errors is the 1960 D over D small date, a spectacular double mint mark error where the Denver Mint accidentally punched one D over another in a slightly different position. If you can spot this detail under magnification, you might be staring at a rare and highly desirable piece of American coinage history. Collectors also search for double die obverse errors, where the inscriptions like "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or the date itself appear to have been stamped twice. This kind of error adds incredible value to any coin, and in the case of the 1960 penny, it transforms a simple cent into a collector's dream. These double dies are typically easiest to spot under a jeweler's loupe or microscope, especially on the lettering and numbers. Another exciting error that raises the value of a 1960 penny is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank coin, called a planchet, is not perfectly centered in the press, causing the design to shift to one side. The more off-center the strike, while still showing the full date, the more valuable and collectible the coin becomes. These errors are dramatic, eye-catching, and always in high demand from error coin specialists. Let's not forget about the clipped planchet error, where a portion of the coin is missing due to an issue during the cutting of the metal strip. These errors are easy to recognize. Part of the coin is simply not there, almost as if someone took a clean bite out of it. When these errors are paired with clear dates and minimal wear, collectors will pay hundreds or even thousands to add them to their collection. Condition is absolutely key when it comes to maximizing the value of any 1960 Lincoln penny. Coins that are in brilliant, uncirculated red mint state, especially in grades like MS66 or MS67, are highly coveted. When rare errors appear on coins in these pristine conditions, the value multiplies dramatically. Collectors are always searching for that one rare piece that stands out from the rest, and the 1960 penny offers many opportunities to find just that. If you're lucky enough to have inherited a coin collection or stumbled across some older change, don't overlook your 1960 pennies. Take a close look at the date style, inspect the mint mark, and examine the coin for any unusual markings, shifts, or doubling. What looks like a small detail could actually be a major discovery worth thousands of dollars. Many collectors have found fortune by simply taking a closer look at what others thought was ordinary. Recent auctions have shown just how valuable these rare 1960 Lincoln pennies can be. Some error coins in flawless condition have sparked bidding wars and shocked even experienced coin dealers. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar to secure these pieces, and as interest continues to grow, the demand is only getting stronger. This coin is a must-have for Lincoln cent collectors, especially those chasing after both error coins and rare date varieties. And now, the part every collector dreams of hearing. A rare 1960D small date Lincoln penny, featuring a spectacular D over D mint mark error and preserved in exceptional red mint condition, was sold at a prominent auction for a jaw-dropping $145,000. That's right, one little penny transforming into a once-in-a-lifetime payday. So, coin lovers, now's your time. Dig into your jars, search those old rolls, and recheck your collections. You might already have this hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. If you think you found a rare 1960 penny or have questions about your collection, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more exciting coin content, and tap the bell icon so you never miss the next incredible discovery that could be sitting in your very own pocket.